City Royals baseball. KNTKM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in the LIBA Business Hour, sponsored by Nats to Tasseling, highlighting local independent businesses in and around Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, LIBA President and CEO, Bud Seinhorst.
Welcome back to the LIBA Business Hour. We have turned the calendar. It is now July. We're going to kick off. Thank you to our show sponsor, Nats Detasseling. Earn cash, build character. Nats Detasseling. Learn more at about Nats at notafraidtosweat.com. Well, Nick, first of all, welcome back from your vacation. It's good to have you back on the controls. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes.
Now,
the 12th installment, I believe.
Oh my gosh. So do you know how much money Bobby Bonilla collects today?
Isn't it in the $1.3 million range?
Well, Mr. Sainert, I've got a little trivia for you.
Okay.
He gets about $1.2 million from the New York baseball Mets.
Yes.
And he gets that until 2035. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, that's another 12 years, and he hasn't played for about 12 years. But did you know, Mr. Sainert, he also, through 2028, is collecting $100 a year from your Baltimore Orioles.
Really?
So the East Coast is very good to
that?
Bobby Bonilla.
What do you think Bobby Bonilla does every July 1st? Does he have a routine?
I bet he threw a plate.
I was going to say, does he
Shannon's over here. Yeah. She's flipping the money. We're ready to roll.
Does he just have a routine where he's like, you know what? It's July 1st. You guys know what that means.
Hey,
you know
checking the bank account, right?
$1.8 million
direct
richer.
Deposit. Here we go, baby. So
just refreshing nonstop.
No kidding. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to DP. We had a great time yesterday. We did BP with DP out at the Haymarket Park. I did not embarrass myself too muchly. But I am not sore this morning, which is probably the most important thing for an old guy like me who hasn't swung a baseball bat at pitching in quite a long time.
Yeah, we both said this morning. Yeah, we woke up, we feel pretty good.
I felt pretty good for an old guy. I was pretty happy about that.
Which I'm not.
That's
saying
different for most mornings.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm. Maybe it loosened you up a little bit, bud.
Possibly.
Maybe
so
you need to swing every day.
I was just happy. Hey, I would do that, man. I would go take BP for a half hour every day if the world aligned up. But it was a good time. Of course, picked a bad day to go because we lead off with Eric Strickland, and it's like, oh God, I am not following that guy. So you got to strategically place yourself into BP. So
didn't you go after me?
No, I went after. Who did I go after?
Was it Tater?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it was.
Gotcha.
So, I was
gonna say, dang, bud.
I was just sticking back, and I wasn't gonna go right after Nick either because Nick's a pretty young guy, and he was lacing some nice gappers yesterday. So, Coach Sharp would be proud of you, brother. And also, since we last saw each other, Nick, the national champion LSU Tigers. What a great.
That was an unbelievable College World Series.
That College World Series might have been one of the greatest College World Series I've ever watched. That Wake Forest LSU game, what did it go? 11 innings, 10.5 innings with no score, a walk-off home run. And then you had a really close game in the first round of the championship series.
Yep.
Then Florida blows out LSU, comes out in the first inning in game 3, scores 2 quick runs, and it's like, oh boy, what's going to happen? And the Tigers flipped the script on them. So I've always been an LSU fan. So go Tigers.
Well, I was worried on Tuesday, the day after the game 3 ended, that games 2 and 3, since they finished in the fashion that they did, right, with big differences in the score. I was worried that was going to overshadow just how good this College World Series was. You had in the first weekend, it could have been all you could have asked. It was all you could have asked for. 5 of the first 6 games were decided by 1 run.
And I think sat there like 7 or 8 of them ended up being 1-run games.
Yep.
So, I mean, a great College World Series. Tip of the hat to Omaha for being a great host. Good luck next year to improve on the greatest show on dirt. That's for sure. So, well, let's get into our show for today. I'm excited. My theme today, when I put my guests together, I try to come up with some sports related theme. And we've got Shannon Filing from Action Coach. Shannon, welcome to the LIBA Business Hour. It's great to have you. So today I'm thinking it's the Developmental League.
Okay.
So I'm
it.
a baseball guy, and I'm a sports guy. So I thought the Developmental League was good because Shannon owns the local Action Coach business here in Lincoln and does a lot of coaching and working and developing business owners and developing companies. And so leading into Shannon, and then we got my friends from Mendoza Insurance later in the show. So first of all, Shannon, just give us a little rundown of Action Coach and kind of what your scope is as a company and what your goals are as a business owner.
Yeah, I think maybe backing up a little bit just to tell people why I landed here, right? So I own 4 businesses and I've had coaches along the way and I knew the value that they brought. And so after owning businesses for over 2 decades, I'm like, that's my next step. And I realized that business ownership can be lonely, scary.
Yes.
Right?
Check. As a business owner, I'm checking off the boxes right here.
All the things. And so what is the one thing that they often don't have? Support. Like, who do you really bare your soul to? Who do you really be transparent and say, this is where I need you to plug in and move me forward? It's not always a spouse because they may not be in the business with you.
Correct.
My business.
They're a great support system. I mean, my wife and I in our business, she's a great support system. Yet sometimes you just need that extra
or
person,
just even level of expertise.
Yeah.
Support can come a lot of different ways. I happen to work with my husband, but even then, his role is very different than my role. So I really feel like we need to have the expertise in business supporting those in business, right? So,
absolutely. And I think as business owners, sometimes we have a hard time investing in ourselves. Like
100%.
we spend so much time in our business. We don't spend time on our business, right? I mean, I hope I'm saying that right, 100%. But like we've got to step back or on ourselves, right? So
right. So, we think about this being the developmental league, right? So you look at that and all these athletes that you talk about and that we follow, they did not ever do it alone.
No.
Right? They have coaches that
nutrition coaches, strength coaches, swing coaches, pitching coaches,
academic coaches.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do business owners have? Usually none of that. So it's interesting because coming here, I said about number one, the value of a coach, that if we really want to invest in ourselves and make our businesses stable, our leadership within our organization stable, the ripple effect is huge through our communities, through the home lives of those that, benefit from the business, feel edified from their job and all of those things. The ripple effect is huge. So if business owners really take that role seriously and invest in themselves, so then they can invest in the people that are in their walls, the impact is huge there. So I'm
That's
pretty
awesome.
passionate about that.
Yes. And you do a great job. And I wanted to kind of just maybe touch a little bit on, you have done some different things for LIBA members, and you've put on kind of, I guess it's a mastermind series, so to speak, for them. Talk a little bit about those classes that you've done and why those are so important for business owners. Because it's a nice 1 hour once a month. It's different topics each month. Just kind of talk about being able to do that stuff.
Yeah, because I think that anytime we can open our minds to discussion or a new topic, that we pay that forward, right? Our buckets, our energy buckets, our knowledge buckets, they get depleted. And when we fill those up, we have more to give. We have more to plug in. I look at business ownership in particular, oftentimes, and it doesn't matter what type of business, we fall into business, right? So you have a particular skill, maybe you're a painter or a plumber or whatever. So you go off on your own and you do your skill well. And then before you know it, you hired 1 or 2, and then you kind of got this business thing happening. My dentist says that to me all the time. He goes, do you know how many business courses I took in school? 0. But what do? They start a practice
or
buy
a practice, and they're running a business.
Yeah. And so it's the business side of it that's what you have to truly be intentional and develop, and it changes. So you constantly have to be investing in yourself to do that. So back to your point, the masterminds just open up those topics. I pick relevant topics. Maybe recruitment retention has been a big one.
Huge one.
How do we do that? How do we position our company? And a lot of times that I like I said, you've had a business and then you're like, oh, now I got to kind of create the infrastructure of it or the culture of it, and you're at that precipice. So
it's kind of like, oh boy, now I own a business. What's next?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's like,
And
oh no.
You actually touched on a great point, because there are a lot of folks who go into professions and they get to that point and it's like, oh, now I'm running a business.
Right.
And actually, I was talking about this on my podcast earlier this week with Dr. Illich out at SCC. And we talk about how some of the students, like there's a student that was going through the culinary program who decided, I'm going to stay and get a business degree because I'm going to open a restaurant.
Smart.
And I want to be able to run the business, right? Like the nuts and bolts of cooking are different than the nuts and bolts of how do I make payroll? How do I manage inventory?
Right.
How do I market my business? So I think that's awesome. And talk about a couple of the classes maybe that you've done over the last, it's been about a year, I think now, that you've been kind of helping us out with those masterminds at LIBA, 6 or 9 months. But I mean, you did some recruiting and retention. You talk about promoting your business too. And I think that's one of the things maybe where business owners need maybe some help.
I think, both sides of it. Number one, promoting your business, recruitment, retention, they're very close. Because what is your business? What is it solving, right? You're going to have to solve something for those you recruit or those that you want to buy your product or engage in your service. So really defining that is huge. And then when you go through coaching, it's like, what is the experience that they're going to get? Do we have our processes in place? I've owned a marketing agency for over 2 decades. What's funny about it is over and over, I've had conversations where it's like, okay, well, we can put marketing at play. Tell me what happens when the lead comes in. You hear that silence? That's the silence that I sometimes
exactly,
get,
yeah.
right? Is that they're like, well, I guess we'll give it to Bob. Bob will return the call. I mean, they don't have any processes. They don't have any tried and true experience or expectations of those in the company as to what do we need to do next. That's the stuff that makes business owners slow down and do the planning, the working on your business, not in your business. And it is so important because what happens is we will cap out at our own capacity, because if we keep that all on our plate. I was listening to a podcast on the way in, which I thought, oh, this is great. I can't wait to tell everyone on the radio. But they said, hey, think about business ownership, your owner role, as playing rummy. And what happens in the card game rummy, I love playing rummy, is you try and get rid of all your cards, right? So all your responsibilities, you're trying to get rid of. So you want to get rid of them to someone that could at least do it like 75% of what you would do. But if we keep all our cards, we lose. So I thought that was just such an easy concept to go, if we're business owners, let's play this like we play the game of rummy. How can I identify what's on my plate? How can I equip others to do it and get those cards off my plate? Because then now we have capacity to grow our business more. We can bring more people in the fold. And you think about communities, we can employ more. We can serve more. I mean, the ripple effect is huge.
It is huge. So what are some issues now that you're seeing? We talked about recruiting, retention. We talked about marketing. What are some things that you're seeing, or maybe I shouldn't say even issues, but what are the things that you're thinking about, like to help business owners, or what are some of the demands you're getting from some of your clients?
Yes.
From an action coach perspective.
Yeah. So number one, admitting that, hey, I could use some help. Because I there's 2 things that come to mind. One is, I said recently, is in networking, what do we do? Hey, how's business? It's great. Thumbs up, right?
Yep.
And then you go home and you're like, oh, I don't really feel that way, right?
Yeah. You have your public face and your home face, or your office face, so to speak.
Yeah, your closed door office face. So saying that, hey, number one, I would really love support, and I am not too proud to go, that's going to get me to the next level, and then knowing where to go. The other topic that's really come up is on that recruitment side is I can read 100 resumes. That's going to tell me technical skills. But what I'm seeing is that people are not asking the questions or giving the interview time enough to get to how that person thinks, how that person is going to adapt or integrate into the culture. They haven't identified really their expectations. And I'll tell you just a quick story is someone says, well, I need them to know Word. Okay. Well, I mean,
if they did a resume, they can use Word,
probably,
right?
It's probably on there. I said, now Word specifically. And they're like, well, I need them to write papers or letters. And I said, okay, so the end goal is the letter, but you shouldn't carry the vehicle, right? Well, I don't know. And challenging that mindset, I said, because you realize in schools, they've all integrated Google platforms, not Microsoft platforms. And they're like, I had no idea. So that was one technical thing. But then also is, do we need critical thinker? Do we need honesty? Tell me a time that you had to tell the truth about something that could have had negative ramifications. Tell me a time that you were on a team and the team didn't win. How do they deal with those setbacks? Do they blame? Do they deny? Do they own it and learn from it? These are the type of questions that aren't making time in the interview space that they are so needed. So that's a lot of what I'm talking about right now.
I like to social media stalk people. But no, I think it's good because like if you talk about somebody who you want to write letters or positions, I mean, and for LIBA, when we hire, usually we have policy positions and things like that. Like I want to see what kind of writer you are. So I'm hitting up your LinkedIn page and I'm seeing how you write and I'm seeing how you do things and how you think. And you can really gain a lot from that. And sometimes it's kind of fun to drop in an interview. Hey, I was reading this article that you did on LinkedIn and it was about X, Y, and Z. And you kind of hear this, oh God, like, yeah, not that they don't articulate it, but you can just like feel in their mind. They're like, oh boy. And it's really fun because I'm really an in-person, like I don't like phone interviews. I've been through for those in my life that I'm not a fan, but to look into those kind of things, or you'll see how they talk about issues and you can kind of dig into some of that, because I think the interview needs to be substance. Because once I look at your resume, I go, okay, technical skills, pretty good. Let's see how, like for me, it's how do you fit the organization? And I'm kind of different maybe, but we have a small organization at LIBA. So every person that I interview gets interviewed by the whole team.
Yes. And what's funny
without me in the room.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I like leave, like I'll go to coffee or I'll even schedule or like, hey guys, I got a coffee meeting at 8:30. So-and-so's coming in. They're doing just interview them, put them through. Here's their resume. They know the positions. And like, I don't even show. And then I call them and I'm like, hey, how did it go? You know, and all that kind of stuff. Just because for me in a small group, once you get to the point where I'm interviewing you, the technical skills are there. Right. At that point, it's fit. So,
right. Yeah. So you mentioned that is that I had someone say, well, how long should this interview be? I said, as long as it needs to be. Like we kind of put our own roadblocks up, if you will. And you say, I don't like phone interviews. Well, this one particular person I was talking to, one of the very first things is they have to do well on the phone. I said, do you have a phone interview as part of your process? No. Well, why? That's the skill that you need, right? I want to know that they show up on time. I want to know that they can talk on the phone. And honestly, that is a skill set that is waning right now because a lot of people text, not talk.
Oh,
right?
Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah. So it is something. And you talk about, I look at how they write. It's like, well, why not give them a writing test? Like, here's some bullet points I'm going to give you. What questions do you ask of me? And can you give me a 15-minute writing sample? Well, perfect, but I want to see what you can put together. And they're like, that could take a lot of time. Yeah, but you're investing money and time and you're bringing them into the fold of your team. You've got to make sure. And I think sometimes right now where worker shortage is a thing, that we are taking that pressure on in a way that it's like, well, we'll put anyone in. And I just really, I still say that you have to hold true because you still want the best, right?
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast recently and the big point was be slow to hire and quick to fire. And it's really good advice as a business owner because the decision you make on the front end could have long-term ramifications, right? So really quick, I mean, this segment goes by so fast. Thank you, Shannon. Talk about here in this last minute, just give us a little bit of how can they get a hold of you, and give us your 30-second elevator pitch why they need a coach.
Absolutely. So business owners, they need support. You need to fill your cup. You need to be constantly training, because guess what? If you're the leader, you better lead that company well. I am an outside source that will give you the honest truth and bring resources to the table. I will challenge your self-imposed mindset and roadblocks that hold us back unknowingly. We can do that with one-to-one coaching. We can do that with group coaching and training of your people. I plug in a lot of ways. You are not signing into a program with me. I want to hear what you're up against, and then we solve that issue, because my biggest commitment is that we work on what you need help with, right?
Awesome.
So that's what we do. You can see me at actioncoachlincoln.com.
Very good. Well, again, Shannon Filing, Action Coach Lincoln. And again, I want to thank you for what you've done to fill the cup of our LIBA members. I know sometimes it's 2 people, sometimes it's 10 people, but you always show up and you always give all you can, and you're pouring out into them. And I think it's awesome. So actioncoachlincoln.com, check out Shannon Filing. We will be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
The Still has been Lincoln and Southeast Nebraska Superstore for fine wines and spirits for more than 35 years. And from now through the 4th of July, get Crown Royal 1 3/4 liters for $46.99. Buy 2 bottles and receive a $25 mail-in rebate. That makes each bottle just $34.49 before tax. Price valid through the 4th of July. Check out that deal and more at The Still, Lincoln's fine wines and spirits superstore, just south of 70th and Highway 2.
Put on irrigation automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all the items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your team for all your residential needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, building, investing, or even commercial. Give them a call today at 402-29-8121.
Up your kitchen game with Kitchen Tune-Up. With experienced, creative, and dedicated technicians on their team, Jason, Ron, and the team bring your kitchen dreams to life. Say goodbye to outdated spaces and hello to a renewed personal kitchen that will make you the envy of your friends, neighbors, and family. Experience quality craftsmanship and exceptional customer service when you choose Kitchen Tune-Up. /Lincoln-NE today or call 402-200-4697 and achieve the kitchen tune-up of your dreams.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and split products are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew give your project response.
Attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin at premier.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Picture our day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine, you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good times.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The wait is almost over. The Guardians of Freedom Air Show is the hottest event in the area. Coming to Lincoln's Air Park on Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th. Elevate your air show experience with tickets to the premium seating tent, padded seats, meals, and more for just $125. Premium tickets are going fast, so buy yours today. To purchase premium tickets and for more information, visit LincolnAirShow.com. We'll see you at the Guardians of Freedom Air Show in late August.
Ready to spend more time on the links? Better sell that business first. Trans World Business Advisors of Lincoln has over 450,000 active buyers in our database. We can confidentially find that perfect person. 402-413-1095.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our students' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
USTOP is a member of LIBA, promoting local businesses through education, networking, and local government advocacy. This is why USTOP sponsors the LIBA Business Hour on the Ticket 93.7. Remember, every time you fill up at a USTOP on a Tuesday, USTOP donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. This month, USTOP has partnered with the Lancaster Event Center. Stop by USTOP and fill up every Tuesday to help us our community.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored to your goals. Learn more at slim.com or call 402-480-6680. Ascend Aesthetics, where transformation begins.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services.
Welcome back to the LIBA Business Hour. This segment is sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services, building a stronger, healthier community through advocacy, inclusion, perseverance, unity, and compassion. Learn more at ibhealthservices.com. So we're here. We're back here in our second segment. We've got Scott and Greg from Mendoza Insurance here today. Fellas, welcome to the LIBA Business Hour.
Thanks for having us.
I'm excited to have you guys. So,
yes.
Scott and Greg actually share office space. So we see these guys every day. So we get to spend a lot of time. They keep us on our toes over there at Calvert Office Park. But first of all, I'm going to start with Greg. Greg, just talk a little bit about your business and what your focus is at Mendoza Insurance.
Obviously an insurance agency, and we do everything from your simple renter's insurance policy to up to life insurance, disability insurance. So we're a fully rounded insurance. Scott and I have two agents there, but comes to insurance, it's kind of one of those funny things. The question is what we don't insure, right? Because we'll insure anything you want us to, but it's what can't we insure?
So how long have you guys been in business? How long have you had Mendoza Insurance?
So Mendoza Family Insurance started in 2020. I was co-owning an insurance agency, and we decided at that time, the good old COVID, the word keeps continuing to come up in our lives. We started the partnership started to dissolve in 2020. So here I go. My wife and I jumped in the hot seats to create Mendoza Family Insurance, and lo and behold, my good buddy Scotty Lee, who I've known for many years, we had a good discussion one day, and it just happened to be right timing, I would say, and offered him a position with us, and the rest, here we are.
There you go. So is your focus at Mendoza Insurance, is it like kind of the personal family type insurance? Are you working with business owners? Is it kind of a mix of those? How does that work?
It's a good mix. And Scotty, jump in anytime. But I think what we take a lot of pride in at our agency is we just love insurance. Insurance is, we see everything on the TV ads. It's all funny. It's save, save, save. Scotty and I, coming from the claims world, we really see the value in the insurance world. And we're just trying to help the consumer. Our big thing is educating the consumer. We're not a pushy, pestering sales type agency. When you come to us, our goal really is to sit down, talk to you, or a phone call. What is, the concern you have going on today, and really not take that opportunity to, here you go, throw it at you, sign the dotted line. We look at it more as an opportunity to explain to the client or potential client, here's what's going on with the policy, or here's what we see. So we're more advice. We love giving the advice. I'm not going to lie to you. People always say, you're in sales. Well, of course we are. We run a business. But
everybody's in sales, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what you're in. I mean, if you're a business owner, you're in sales, right? Exactly. So Scott, I'm going to throw this one to you. What are the areas that you think maybe people don't pay enough attention to when it comes to insurance? Like, I know Greg mentioned renter's insurance, and like when I went to college, my parents were like, you got to get renter's insurance. I'm like, I don't own anything. Like, I don't have that much. And they're like, you got a TV, you got a stereo, you got the, I'm like, okay, yeah, I do. So, but like, what are some of the areas you see where maybe people aren't thinking about, oh, I probably need to get this kind of insurance?
Well, I think people hate insurance, hate paying for insurance, hate everything about insurance until they need insurance.
We even do.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a good one to lead with when you own an insurance agency, fellas.
Well,
we're gonna get you hooked up with Shannon about marketing.
We'll
come full circle on that. Why we would say
that's awesome. Well, you hate insurance until you need insurance. I did claims for 12 years before becoming an agent, and you would see the bad end of people who didn't have coverage. So having the amount of coverage that you need, or even if you don't think you need it, when a claim comes, you need it.
Mm-hmm.
We would see so many times where people didn't have enough insurance or didn't have this insured. And then when it came to it actually being gone, your car gets totaled. You don't have any money, or you don't have enough money, or you don't have full coverage, or you get a hailstorm, or you hit a deer. Being on that end, it stinks. I mean, it's terrible. So I think coming from being in claims so many years to becoming an agent really helps you in making sure people do have the coverage that they need. Absolutely. Even though it is expensive and you don't like to pay for it. When you need it, you need it.
What's the one insurance you think someone should have that most people don't think about?
Well, I think a lot of our conversations come in, do I need full coverage on my car? Do I need just liability on my car? People a lot of times want to save money, so they don't think their car's worth a lot. But even if you do get into an accident and it's not your fault, there's a lot of people who don't have insurance. So if you don't have full coverage on your car, you're kind of left without anything to go on. Yeah. So I think having the proper coverages with your car, even if you don't think it's worth a lot, in today's world, they still are. And trying to find something to replace the car that you have it's pretty tough.
Very good. So I have experienced a ton of dealing with health insurance this year, which means I've been at the doctor a lot this year. And so do you guys work in the health insurance world now? I mean, with the things that change with the Affordable Care Act, are you seeing more clients that you have to deal with on the health side, or even dental or vision or any of that kind of stuff? Do you guys play in that arena very much, or what?
It's picked up. It's picked up. We do life, health, and it's funny that you say the health insurance side when it started making those changes, the Affordable Health Care Act, it really got confusing. And as an agent, you had to be up on just constant changes. And we knew at that time, my old partnership, I was taking the lead there, and there was no way for me to do justice for a client. So what we did is we built this relationship with OCI services, and we broker our clients' business to them.
Okay.
Because those gentlemen and those individuals are strictly health insurance. So we sell it, but at the end of the day, I let them put it together.
Yeah.
It's really
Good.
how it works because they know the ins and outs. And in today's world, you can go on forever about it, but just as
The insurance world that's one of those where it's like, oh my God, I just like, I mean, all the different things you have to comprehend. And, we have a vision plan, a dental plan, a health plan, auto, life. I mean, it's like, holy smokes, it's like a whole portfolio. And it's just one of those things. The health insurance, I think, is probably one of the hardest to navigate with the system the way it is.
And not only this, just the plans out there, just if you don't, I always say with all respect, like the Old Testament. You read the Old Testament Bible, it's like, what did that say?
Exactly.
And that's what folks get out when they do a health insurance policy.
Yeah.
It's just so confusing, overwhelming. And I think going back to Scott's, comment about what people should have, it's people need to have the knowledge.
Yeah.
I can't appreciate something if I don't know what it is. If I'm just paying, I'm just paying.
So
I understand it.
So tell me, we got our listeners out there, they're checking things out, they're listening. What are some of the pitches for why they should check out Mendoza Insurance?
Oh, because we care. We truly care. We are vested in our clients. We have weekly meetings, and I say it all the time. I am very proud of the 4 people that we have that are grinding at our agency. Every individual, Scott, myself, Katrina, Claudia, we really, really care about the individual. And it's truly that small business feeling. So we really put a lot of pride in our communities, our customer service, because we know it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So when you call our office and you say, hey, what do I do with this paper? Well, bud, go ahead and call the 800 number. Really?
Yeah, exactly.
I see that there, but
I know what I'm going to do for the next 8 hours, right? Yeah.
Our response is, bud, send that over our way.
Yeah.
We'll get it taken care of. If we need you, we'll call you, let
Yeah.
you know, So, but I think it's just the people that work for us and that we truly care about why we say insurance sucks. And I mean that in a very, very respectful way because the consumer doesn't know a lot about it.
Well, and usually when they get to the point where they have to call that 800 number, it's not, and it's a stressful time for them, right? I mean, like, okay, my daughter just had an accident. That's not true. I'm just using it as an example, or my wife just had an accident in the car and we're dealing with this and the car is totaled, or, this happened or that happened. Like usually when they call and they need your help, it's not like, oh, hey, it's just Monday. I'm going to call Greg and see how things are going and that kind of stuff. So it makes a big difference to have those folks that you can call that aren't just the scary 800 number and press this button and that button and that button and then, sit on hold and all those kind of things.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing too unique about us is Scott and I spent, years in claims. So one thing that we always talk to people about is we sell this product, but the great thing about having Scott or myself as an agent or being with Mendoza Family Insurance is we know how this product works as well. Where with all the respect in the world, a lot of agents just come into this. They can sell, which is great. I get mad when it's called sales. That's very hard one to swallow for me. We all run.
Why is that?
Because
I feel the same way. I want to hear your philosophy.
It's not a sale. It's our job is to provide coverage. This is very important stuff, whether you a renter's policy or an estate planning. People just don't get it. So when I see this again, the save or funny commercials, Scott and I have seen the worst.
Yeah.
And we've made that call. And that call hurts. It can turn a family financially upside down. Our job is to, yes, at the end of the day, you and I will have a transaction. You will sign the dotted line and you will pay us money for this product.
Yeah.
But I don't view it that way. I view it as we're their attorney, It's a legal obligation. It's a legal contract that you just entered.
You're about a relationship with your clients. You're not about
Love
this
it.
transaction.
I really am.
That's one of the things that I've really tried to generate with LIBA when we talk about members. Is it's not about a sale.
No.
To me, getting a member to join is not about sales. It's about a relationship, and that relationship is very important because we want that long-term relationship,
Mhm.
and that kind of comes from my world of fundraising. Because you had to develop a relationship. You want those people to be around for a long time, right? And I think it's really cool that you both have the claims background. I think you're right. I think a lot of times when you see like on Indeed or something, people are looking for agents, they're looking for like somebody that's got a sales background. And I think that brings a unique background for you guys that you can bring to your clients too. So, so how do we get a hold of Mendoza Family Insurance?
Go ahead. We got a website, MendozaFamilyInsurance.com. Our office is 402-817-2288. Feel free to reach out. We're a very low-key agency. We wear our shirts and our shorts every day. We're very personable people.
We are you.
We are you. So feel free to stop by the office. We're across from LIBA there on Calvert Street.
3601 Calvert Street. You walk in the door, the first person you're going to see is Scott Lee.
That's right.
He's like the receptionist for the building.
I was going to say,
he's like the
hopefully it's
shipping
not
and
Bud.
receiving
I know
guy.
you guys shared space.
No
Let's
way.
just hope Bud
way
is
back in the
not
back.
there.
They do not put me out front.
Good. They're
We're
smart
not
for
leading
that.
with Bud. So again, Scott, Greg, Mendoza Family Insurance, thank you for coming in. Thank you for being good valued members of LIBA. We appreciate what you do. I enjoyed hearing your story and kind of what you guys do. We'll be back after this break on 93.7 The Ticket.
You stop as a member of LIBA, promoting local businesses through education, networking, government advocacy. This is why you stopers the LIBA business store on the ticket 93.7. Every time you fill up at a U-Stop on a Tuesday, U-Stop donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. This month, U-Stop has partnered with the Lancaster Event Center. Stop by U-Stop and fill up every Tuesday to help us fuel our community.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored to your goals. Learn more at slimdowne.com or call 402-480-6680. Ascend Aesthetics, where transformation begins.
If you thought of selling your business, you're wondering where to start. Call the experts at Transworld Business Advisors of Lincoln. With a database of over 450,000 buyers, we've got you handled. 402-413-5.
Takes this time to have a healthy 4th of July weekend. We are thankful for this great nation and celebrate our independence, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
You stop as a member of LIBA, promoting local businesses through education, networking, and local government advocacy. This is why you stop sponsor the LIBA sound on the ticket 93.7. Remember, every time you fill up at a U-Stop on a Tuesday, U-Stop donates 2 cents for every gallon sold to local charities in our community. This month, U-Stop has partnered with the Lancaster Event Center. Stop by U-Stop and fill up every Tuesday to help us fuel our community.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can. Now imagine you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good times.
Up your kitchen game with Kitchen Tune-Up. With experienced, creative, and dedicated technicians on their team, Jason, Ron, and the team bring your kitchen dreams to life. Say goodbye to outdated spaces and hello to a renewed, personalized kitchen that will make you the envy of your friends, neighbors, and family. Experience quality craftsmanship and exceptional customer service when you choose Kitchen Tune-Up. Visit kitchentuneup.com/Lincoln-NE today or call 402-200-4697 and achieve the kitchen tune-up of your dreams.
The Still has been Lincoln and Southeast Nebraska's go-to superstore for fine wines and spirits for more than 35 years. And from now through the 4th of July, get Crown Royal 1 3/4 liters for $46.99. Buy 2 bottles and receive a $25 mail-in rebate. That makes each bottle just $34.49 before tax. Price valid through the 4th of July. Check out that deal and more at The Still, Lincoln's fine wines and spirits superstore, just south of 70th and Highway 2.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric. Go to 217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
Given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence, we really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for college. Nebraska's ultimate college athletics do this with NIL. To learn more, visit 18nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good times.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics.
Welcome back to the LIBA Business Hour. This segment sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics. Lose inches and gain confidence with the medical weight loss and body contouring clinic at Ascend Aesthetics. Learn more at slimdowne.com. So, earlier this last week, I had an opportunity. Harris and I were able to interview Tyrus, which was a really good time for me because I met Tyrus literally the day he moved to Kearney. He transferred in, him and his roommate Sean, 268 offensive linemen, come moving into Kearney, and they lived in the room right next to me. I was an assistant hall director. So we've got a clip from that interview that we're going to play. He's coming to Omaha on Friday, the 14th of July, which is just less than 2 weeks. He's doing a show at the Relevant Center. So Nick's got a little clip of our interview we did where he talks about his show.
Here we go.
But I want to talk about, you're coming back. You're doing a show in Kearney and a show in Omaha coming up. And July 14th, you're going to be in Omaha at 7:30 at the Relevant Center in Elkhorn, actually. Tyrus Live is the name of the show. Tell us what our listeners can expect if they go and watch a Tyrus Live show.
I can confidently say after, this is my 10th show, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh your butts off. We're going to remind you of things, how they used to be. It's a trip down memory lane, and it's a comedy show. It's not political. Make fun of everybody, or I do. My catchphrase is "My truck's paid for," so go ahead and cancel me. I don't care. And people in Nebraska will get that.
They all get it. They'll stand up and applaud to that.
And that's what it is. And it's a little different. I got a fun like Q&A. I don't know if it's the smartest idea in the world, but my wife opens for me. So I get.
Well, at least you get a rebuttal.
Yeah, you know
sort of
how that works. You know how that works.
I know exactly how that works.
Yeah, you just smile. And then, my kids will be on tour with me. So they'll be learning. I wanted them to experience it. They see me on TV and stuff, and they think it's so easy.
Well, that was really fun to connect with Tyrus and do that interview. It's fascinating having known him when he was a football player. So now he's a best-selling author. He's an actor. He's a world champion wrestler. He's a Fox News contributor, and he's doing these stand-up shows around the country. So you can check out Tyrus Live in Omaha. I just listened to his book here about a couple weeks ago called Just Tyrus, which for me was fun, Nick, because I knew him.
Yeah.
But like he's been a bodyguard for Snoop. He's done all kinds of
wild
things.
He's a fascinating guy.
Oh, unbelievable guy. And I loved listening to it on the audio version because I got to hear Tyrus tell his story in his own words, and having known him, it was pretty cool. So one of my favorite lines was he talked about the cafeteria out in Kearney. We had the Kearney connection. So that was a lot of fun to reconnect that. But, just kind of where his life has come, because he was in the foster care system. I mean, all the statistics say that he should have probably ended up in a bad situation, not where he has. So I'm proud of him. He's done a really great job. A couple things coming up for LIBA. We talk about LIBA and networking, getting out with our businesses and getting to know people. On Wednesday, July 12th, we're doing a movie premiere at the Grand Theater for the new Mission Impossible movie.
Okay.
So it's like Mission Impossible 480 or whatever. But anyway, we're doing a movie night. We got $25 tickets. It's the movie, it's the soda, it's popcorn. We'll validate your parking. If you want information, you can call the office or hit me up. Then on Thursday the 13th, we've got our BizNet at 30 to 6:30 at Unico. The 18th, we have our luncheon featuring Liz Standish from LPS. The 25th, Coffee and Contacts hosted by Mosaic. And then we've talked on the show quite a bit about the LIBA Foundation golf outing, which is going to be on Friday, September 1st out at Newmark. Again, raise money for scholarships that go to students who are graduating from a high school in Lancaster County, and they're headed to college or university right here in Nebraska. So an exciting time, a lot of events coming up, a lot of opportunity to connect with people. Shannon does education for our members. We do a lot of different events, try to get people the opportunity to get in a room and connect and network a little bit. And then as we wrap up the show today, Nick, the final word is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative, helping student athletes excel within the NIL landscape. Learn more about how you can be involved at 1890 Nebraska. A really fun show today. We got to talk a little Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes.
It's always good to celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day.
Can't believe it's already July, though. Side note, cannot believe it's already
Amen.
July 1st.
And, Nick and I have both made it through the show. We're not sore from last night's batting practice, which I'm proud of.
Got to keep the muscles moving a little bit.
Amen. Go out for a walk, or I'll get out and walk or ride my bike today.
Yeah.
But also, I want to thank Shannon. I thought she had some really great insights on the things that she can do, helping business owners. Again, just great story. Greg and Scott, those guys are awesome. These are the kind of folks, that's what I love about LIBA is these are the kind of business owners we work with every day. They care about the community. They care about helping their clients. They care about making a difference. I want to thank Tyrus. That was, it was fun to interview him last week. Also, if you check out the LIBA Facebook page or my Facebook page, I've got the full interview. So we talk a little bit of Carney. We talk a little bit about the cafeteria, all that good stuff. Really appreciate his time. Check him out coming to Omaha. Tyrus Live. Check it out. You can find it on Eventbrite. Next Saturday, we'll be back from 9 to 10 a.m. We've got Bo Jones from True Built Construction. Nice. He's got some cool stuff going on with young people. And then also Chad Klein from Doorstep Diner and Country Sliced Ham will be with us. Thank you for joining us for the LIBA Business Hour. It's great to be back with you. We'll see you again next Saturday. Thank you, Nick, for all you do.
Thank you.
Have a great week and a happy 4th of July.